It is 3 in the morning and you are staring at the ceiling. You are doing that dangerous math again in your head. Paycheck comes in and the rent goes out immediately. Then there are groceries and the car payment. You realize that if just one thing goes wrong, everything collapses. One flat tire or one surprise bill could ruin your entire month. At the same time, you see people who seem to make money effortlessly. They have the same 24 hours in a day as you do. They might not even be smarter than you are. Yet their bank accounts grow while you feel completely stuck. I want to tell you something very important right now. This situation is not about luck or winning the lottery. It is not about working 80 hours every single week until you burn out. It is about 3 simple shifts in how you see and use your money. By the time we finish this discussion, you will understand the psychology and the math. You will have the exact actions you need to copy these results for yourself. My name is Ivan, and I help people understand how simple strategies create extraordinary results. If you are tired of the traditional advice that tells you to work until you are 70, you are in the right place. Think about how school works for a moment. 2 students might study for the exact same number of hours. But the one who understands the grading system always gets the best grade. The other student just spins their wheels and barely passes the class. Money works in the exact same way. Most people work very hard and they hustle every single day. But they are playing the game with the wrong set of rules. The wealthy are playing a different game entirely. These 3 secrets are their secret playbook for freedom. Here is the part that almost no one will tell you. More than half of all adults say that money is their #1 source of stress. It is not their health or their relationships that keep them up at night. When your brain links money with fear or guilt, you unconsciously push it away. If you believe that money is bad or that rich people are greedy, you will struggle. That belief system will sabotage your progress before you even begin. Imagine you are at the grocery store looking at the shelves. Do you buy the name brand cereal or the generic box to save $2? That tiny moment of stress is not actually about the cereal. It is about the belief that money is scarce and that it controls you. But here is the truth you need to hear. Money is neutral. It is a tool, just like a hammer is a tool. With a hammer, you can build a beautiful house, or you can smash a window. The hammer does not make you a good person or a bad person. It simply amplifies who you already are. If you are a generous person, having more money lets you be more generous. If you are reckless, money will only magnify the chaos in your life. People who see money as the enemy often self-sabotage their own success. They overspend when they feel guilty, and they avoid learning how to invest. They live paycheck to paycheck because they think that is just how life is. Let us look at some quick math that might surprise you. If you waste just $10 a day on mindless spending, that is $300 a month. That is $3,600 every single year. If you invested that money at a 7% return, it would be $55,000 in 10 years. That is the true cost of treating money like sand slipping through your fingers. So here is exactly what you should do starting today. You must reframe how you think about money. Stop calling it evil or dirty and start treating it as a lever. Try this small shift in your daily routine. Redirect $50 a month from something forgettable into your savings. This simple act tells your brain that you control your money. It proves that money is a tool you use and not a force that uses you. Now let us shift gears to the second major secret. This is where most people make their biggest mistake. They believe that getting rich is only about working more hours. They take second jobs and they stack overtime until they are exhausted. But there is a very hard ceiling on that strategy. There are only 24 hours in a day for everyone. Even if you make $50 an hour, you cannot escape that math. I know people who work 6 days a week and still feel broke. They are tired and they are snapping at their families. They tell themselves they will rest once the debt is finally gone. But that cycle never ends if you only trade your hours for cash. The wealthy flip the question completely. Instead of asking how they can work more hours, they ask how to earn more while working less. They use their money to buy back their time. They invest in systems and assets that pay them while they sleep. Let us make this concrete with a real example. Imagine you work 50 hours a week, but you save nothing at all. Compare that to someone who works 40 hours but invests $500 a month. At a 7% return, that grows to $600,000 in 30 years. The hard worker ends up tired and broke at the end of the road. The investor ends up with options and true freedom. When you value your time, your spending habits change automatically. You will gladly spend money on a tool that saves you 10 hours of work. but you will not waste money on a status item that costs you your future freedom. You should audit 1 week of your life right now. Circle the hours where you are trading your time for a very low payoff. Replace just 2 of those hours with something that compounds. Learn a new skill or build a small side asset. That small pivot will compound faster than any overtime paycheck ever could. Here is the third secret that is often ignored. Your biggest asset is not your job or your house. Your biggest asset is actually you. It is your skills and your health and your network. Rich people understand this deeply. Before they buy luxury cars, they invest heavily in themselves. They pay for courses and mentorship and books. Every upgrade to yourself multiplies your earning power forever. Imagine 2 different paths for a moment. The first person buys a $40,000 car with a large loan. The second person takes that same money and invests it into training. 5 years later, the first person has a car that is losing value. The second person has a higher income and much more confidence. Think about how many times you almost bought a book but decided not to. You told yourself that you could not justify the $20 cost, but then you spent that same $20 on food delivery. One of those choices changes your life and the other is gone in 30 minutes. I have a friend who was buried in debt and barely making rent. They thought they would never be able to escape the struggle. Instead of giving up, they started very small. They watched free finance videos and they read $10 books. They treated learning as a mandatory part of their day. Within 2 years, they had paid off all of their debt. They built a small emergency fund and started investing every month. They are not a millionaire yet, but they sleep much better now. They have options and their relationship with money has flipped. You might be thinking that you cannot afford to invest in yourself, but the truth is that you cannot afford not to. Investing in yourself does not have to be expensive or complicated. A $20 book or a $50 workshop can change everything. These small investments compound into thousands of dollars over your career. The real danger in life is not overspending. The real danger is staying exactly where you are. A $200 pair of sneakers loses value the moment you wear them. But a $200 skill can earn you thousands more every year. The return on investment is not even close. Pick one self-investment to make this month and commit to it. The rich treat self-improvement like rent because it is non-negotiable. Let us zoom out and look at the big picture. The average person treats money as a constant source of stress. They overspend and they tell themselves they will save next year. The disciplined person sees money as a powerful lever. They save first and they keep their costs capped. At first, the gap between these two people looks very small. They might both be making $50,000 a year. But watch what happens as time begins to compound. By age 30, the average person has almost no savings. The disciplined person already has $40,000 building quietly. By age 40, the average person is still living paycheck to paycheck. One bad car repair would send them into a state of panic. The disciplined person has a net worth reaching 6 figures. They have a runway of several months and a growing account. By age 50, the average person is burned out and stuck. They are still trading their precious hours for money. But the disciplined person can see the end of the game. Work has become optional for them instead of mandatory. They can walk away from a bad job without any fear at all. That is the difference between survival mode and builder mode. The biggest secret is not hidden in a secret playbook. It is about your identity and your mindset. It is deciding to see money as a tool to guard your time. You must guard your time like it is the rarest asset you own. My friend did not get lucky and they did not find a shortcut. They simply shifted who they were and how they acted. They stopped saying they were broke and stuck. They started acting like someone who manages money on purpose. That small identity shift unlocked their entire future. You do not need a lottery win or a new job title today. You only need to make one good decision right now. Move $50 into your savings or cancel a bill you do not use. Buy that book you have been putting off for months. That single act rewires your brain for success. Imagine a life with no more 3 a.m. math sessions. No more panic when your car needs an $800 repair. You just pay the bill calmly because you built a buffer. That is what it feels like to be a disciplined person. The median American has less than $1,000 in savings. If you build just a $5,000 fund, you are in the top half. That is what building wealth looks like in the real world. The moment you become a person who buys back time, everything changes. Options open up and the stress begins to fade away. You start to play the same game the rich have been playing all along. Building wealth is not about hype or fast tricks. It is about rewiring how you think and act step by step. That journey starts with the choice you make right now. As soon as you finish this, take that first small step. Your future self will thank you for the peace of mind you are building today.